Hi everyone, welcome back to the virtual training class. Today's video is going to be a mile time trial wrap up. So congratulations, you guys have survived all three of the mile time trials. I hope you found a lot of value in them. I hope that you saw improvement over time as well. But if your time trial didn't go as planned, it's really okay. Not every run is perfect. Bad runs and workouts come and go. But it's important that you realize these bad runs don't define us as runners or as athletes. And everybody has bad runs, even the professionals do. So it is really okay if you had a bad day out there. It's really just important to keep a positive mindset and to continue moving forward. There's really no reason to dwell on a poor performance because that won't help you in the end. So the way I see it, if the run didn't go as planned, you have a few options moving forward. One would be to try the mile time trial again. If you really think you can do better and improve yourself, there's no reason you can't give it another shot in a week or two and see if you improve. Another option would be to kind of just forget about it. It happened, it's a thing in the past, and you can keep moving on. If that were the case and you decide to follow that option, just continue running at your current paces that you've been training at. And then the third option I see is if you think you have more in you, but you don't necessarily want to attempt another time trial, you can train at paces slightly, and I mean slightly, faster than those you've been training at. And there's probably more options out there, but these are the three that I see as most obvious. I don't really think any are better than the others. It's really about your personal preference, where you're at with your fitness level, and even the goals you'd like to get or the goals you'd like to achieve from this training class. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you nailed it out there and you did your run perfectly or as perfectly as you could. So for those of you who saw success, you're going to want to take a look at the pace chart in the back of your training book. So again, it starts on page 31. It's at the very, very back. It's at the end. So marathoners, your job is pretty simple. You simply need to find your mile time and read down the corresponding column to find the correct paces for your upcoming training runs. So for instance, let's say you ran a 9-minute mile and you're a marathoner, you just have to read down this column to find your appropriate training paces. And again, there's long run, Wednesday run, recovery run, and then even the race paces. All right, so now half marathoners, your job is a little bit more difficult, and I will explain why. But again, let's take this 9-minute mile time. So let's say Wednesday you ran a 9-minute mile, the best you've done yet. It will show that you will run, or predict, I guess, you would run your half marathon at this 10:30 mile pace. So you need to take this 10:30 mile pace and look for where it will fit in the Wednesday race pace, Wednesday run row. So a 10:30 would fit right here in this 10:20 to 10:50 range in this 8:30 column. And the reason we're looking at the Wednesday run is because this 10:30 is your race pace, or your predicted race pace, and then your Wednesday run is the run closest to what your race pace would be. So we need to find the training paces that correspond with your predicted race pace. And again, that's a little bit confusing, I know. So if you do have questions about that, feel free to reach out to me and I can help you as best as I can and maybe try to explain it in a different way. So now while I have your attention, I'm just going to quickly review some of our training runs and what that means and what they look like. So you have the long run, which is definitely the most important run and longest run of the week. These runs are great at building strength and endurance, and more than anything, they're a great confidence booster. These runs should be done 45 to 90 seconds slower than your race pace. So that means you should be able to hold a conversation easily. And these runs are also a great time to kind of practice that race day routine or ritual. So that means it's a great time to practice the fuel and fluid you'll be taking in. It's a good time to practice your race day shoes or that cute t-shirt you saw at the store. And it's also a good time to focus on your recovery for after the run, so you're feeling good after race day. The next run is the Wednesday run. These are the second longest runs of the week and probably your fastest runs. Part of these runs are to be done at race pace or slightly slower. That's up to 30 seconds slower. Essentially, we need to practice running race pace so our body gets used to what it feels like. And on race day, we can kind of put that pace out there comfortably. So whenever you do a Wednesday run, make sure you're including that warm up and cool down. And again, that could be as little as a half mile to a mile to get in those warm up efforts. And these runs are also a great tool and benefit for your strength and endurance and even your speed. And they are also a great confidence booster. And then last, we have our recovery runs. These are the easiest, shortest, and slowest runs of the week. They are often 90 seconds, at least 90 seconds slower than your race pace. But it's important that you know these runs are still important. They set you up for success during the rest of the week. So it's not really advisable to skip out on a lot of these runs because they will keep you moving and keep you feeling good. And then I guess actually lastly, we have Tuesday track, which I know is not technically part of the class, but it is a great opportunity to work on your speed. And yes, even marathoners and half marathoners do need to work on some speed work. This speed work doesn't only make you faster, but it does make you stronger physically and mentally. Speed work also helps to enhance proper form. And it's just really important to challenge ourselves and push ourselves to do something that's out of our comfort zone. So if you haven't tried it yet, I suggest that you give it a try. There's really no better time. If you guys have been keeping up with your training, you probably should be in the best shape of your life, so you have no reason to not try it out. So that's about all I have for this video. As always, if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me via email or even comment on the video and I'll see it. But yeah, that's all I have. Have a good day.